DanSci Dance Studio, and today we're doing a very special vlog and we're reviewing the Flexistretcher. We know that there's lots of pictures and videos of dancers at the moment doing crazy things and overstretching, getting into all these positions, and we're just concerned that perhaps some of our dancers might go out and buy equipment or force their bodies into things they shouldn't be doing without thorough research and knowing exactly the best way to stretch. And dancers are really good at stretching incorrectly, and we just want to educate you guys a little bit to make sure you've got a few tips to help you do it in the right way. So first, let's see what you get in the Flexistretcher. So firstly, let's say with anything, stretching has to be a gradual process. Getting something like this isn't going to make you flexible overnight, and you do need to increase resistance gradually. Straight off though, it's one of the reasons why we like the Flexistretcher, in that you do have adjustable bits on the strap. So rather than just a band that's going to ping you into a position, this one you can tighten it up over a number of weeks so you can see yourself progress without overstretching the muscles. Some really useful little stretchers, and we're going to demonstrate a few of them in a moment. It tells you everything you've got: the adjustable straps, the metal sliders, how it works with the elastic centre and the foam bit to keep you really comfortable, and how you use the product. We love that we have a little background where it's come from, and that this has actually been designed by dancers themselves that felt that they needed something to help with their stretching. It's always good when the product's led by the dancers themselves. We know that dancers don't always do things correctly though, so we want to make sure that you, if you go out and purchase one of these, are following some top tips. Firstly, you should never do any kind of stretching when your body is cold, so you want to make sure you're fully warmed up. Preferably, we say to all our dancers that the best time to stretch is after class, not beforehand, simply because your muscles then aren't going to be able to adapt to the class properly and be able to move fast enough the combinations. So once you're fully warmed up at the end of class, that's a good time to get your band out and work on a few things. It's going to take time, and you really need to go slowly to get the best results. The worst thing you can do is try and pin yourself into a position because you're going to damage yourself, and that will jeopardise future prospects in dancing. All stretches should be held for between 30 to 60 seconds without any kind of bouncing movement. You should never hold that position for more than 60 seconds really, because the muscle's going to get cold in that position. That's when they could get injured. You want to make sure you are stretching just your muscles. So when you get into something, if something doesn't feel comfortable, doesn't feel right, then you need to stop there and then. You certainly shouldn't do anything when you're cold, when you could actually be stretching the joint rather than the muscle, because that's going to lead to injury and cause unstable joints. So you don't want to be stretching ligaments and tendons, you're just stretching the muscles out. So now we're going to demonstrate a few of the stretches you can do with the Flexistretcher. Firstly, the forward fold. So you're going to sit up tall, extending both legs in front of you. Then wrap the Flexistretcher foam pad around both feet. Fold yourself forward with your chest forward towards your thighs as you pull on the straps to intensify the stretch. You can hold this for up to 60 seconds. You want to actively hug the legs together, but you want to keep a neutral pelvis and stretch up through the spine, keeping a nice flat back and looking down towards the toes. Another great stretch to try is our hamstring stretch. So you're going to lie back, bend your right knee into your chest and place the arch of your foot into the centre of the foam pad. Extend the right leg up towards the sky. Flex and point the foot while pulling the strap towards you. So you're working your feet and the hamstrings. Now slightly bend the knee and straighten. Pull in the Flexistretcher to create resistance as you move your leg. And you want to really think about lengthening this leg, stretching away from you. So, one of the ones that we know all dancers are wanting to try is the seated middle split. So we're going to demonstrate how you can start with this. And one of the things with the Flexistretcher is you can make these straps longer and shorter, which is really good because it means you can increase the resistance over time. So we start by taking the foam part and we place this around the back, just below the shoulders. We're then going to place one foot into each loop. So you want it through the arch of your foot, not the ankle. Make sure it doesn't twist, so that it's comfortable. Yeah? So feet together in front of you. Take your hand out of there. And then you're going to stretch, are they on your arches? You're going to stretch your legs out towards the sides, so into a boxer split position. And take your arms out to the sides for me. So it's pulling a stretch through the sides. We want to keep the spine really nice and tall. Good. Now you can increase the stretch slightly by just reaching over towards one side. Or by just trying to press your legs into the straps and making it wider. Sitting up tall. Good. And bring your legs back in. Again, with all stretches, you don't want to stretch for more than 60 seconds at a time. Over time, you'll see that it progresses because you can make the strap shorter and shorter to increase your strap split. One of the other reasons that we actually really like the Flexistretcher here at DanSci Dance Studio is simply because it's not just for stretching. As we said, it had been designed by dancers themselves, and they give you a little comment in their booklet. But it also has some fantastic strengthening exercises. There's absolutely no point being super bendy, getting your leg over your ear if you can't keep it there. So you need to make sure you've got functional flexibility. And the best way of doing this is to increase your strength at the same time. One of the reasons why the resistance band is a good idea, especially when you've got these adjustable straps, so that you can spend your time increasing it over time. But there's also some fantastic little exercises in there you can do to actually strengthen. Pilates 100 I tried today, which really works on strengthening the core muscles. So start by lying back onto your back. So, and you're going to place the elastic centre at the soles of your feet. Brilliant. So lifting your legs, putting the hoops into each hand. Fabulous. You'll flex your feet and extend your legs nice and long. Now you're going to bring your arms down to the sides of your hips. That's it. With your palms facing down and stretched out in front of you. So put the feet in, lift it up. That's it. It's going to keep these nice and long. You stretch these arms out towards you so they're pressing down. Now you need to lift your head just slightly off the floor and you're going to pulse these arms away from you. So we're really working these core muscles here. Okay, so another great strengthening exercise would be the hip lift. To start this, you're going to lie on your back with your feet flat on the floor. You place the Flexistretcher foam pad around your shins, so it's around the middle of your foot. Okay. Grab the nylon straps in each hand, pulling to give some tension. Yeah, that's right. You're going to curl your hips off the ground, feeling your knees move towards your toes. So lifting your hips up, keeping up nice and tall, looking straight up to the ceiling and making sure your toes stay nice and parallel. Hold this position and slowly articulate the spine to the floor, returning to your starting position. So you're going to slowly lower it back down again. This can progress on and you can do it with some heel lifts, but it's really important that you keep those feet parallel throughout. So working on your form, and you can hold the strap closer and closer to get more of a stretch as you go through. So, Miss Katie, any final thoughts? What do you think about the Flexistretcher?
I think it makes you flexible and it stretches your body to become more for classes.
Would you use something like this at home or in class?
Yeah, I would definitely use this.
So all in all, we recommend the Flexistretcher. We think it is a good device, but as long as it's used appropriately. And it's really important that as teachers, we're educating young dancers and dancers who are being responsible for your own learning and stretching outside the classroom. We need to make sure that we're following the instructions in here and we are being patient at the same time. This is not a quick fix, however, it is a tool that could be really useful to help you gain that little bit of flexibility in your training. We will be having the Easter bar at the studio in our shop upstage, so if you do want one, then come in and speak to the shop at the front and we'll put your name down because you will be getting shortly.